What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another live stream on the channel. I apologize about no intro today. For some reason, the song in my intro video gets copyright striked. It seems every single time I have a song for an intro, I always seem to get a copyright strike. So unfortunately, we cannot do that from now on. But welcome back to another stream. A lot is going on in the markets right now. We are seeing some big moves with some of the key players that I've been talking about for a while. The main one that we are noticing massive parabolic surges in the price action is Aerodrome. Aerodrome is now at 85 cents. This one just continues to the upside. And I'm really, really impressed with this project. Ever since I bought it, it's been basically a great play to have. And I hope you guys paid attention to those buy alerts I was dropping over in the VIP group. You can see I dropped 11 different buy alerts on Aerodrome. I was accumulating and stacking every single week pretty much in that range that I outlined on the chart. And you can see I was buying as low as 39 cents on the chart. And that was very close to another buy alert of mine, which also went very well, which was the Virtuals buy alert at 54 cents. So we are absolutely crushing it in this market. And you can see out of the biggest gainers in the market, out of the top gainers, we're in multiple of the top gainers. We're in Aerodrome, that one's up 14% on the day. We're in Casper, that one's up 12% on the day. And we are in Virtuals, that one is up 6% on the day. So we are absolutely winning right now. It's a very good time to be in crypto. And the good thing is, this is just the beginning. This really is just the beginning, guys. And I dropped another buy alert on the VIP gem, which you can see in the green on my screen. I just dropped another buy alert on that play in the Discord today. So if you want to see that buy alert, go check it out in the Discord. The VIP members have access to that one. But yeah, I'm feeling very optimistic about the markets. Things are still very much in their infancy. Bitcoin's looking strong. Ethereum's, again, outpacing Bitcoin today. Ethereum up about 4%, Bitcoin up about 2%. So we are seeing some relative outperformance when it comes to ETH BTC. And, I want to just really focus on Aerodrome for a minute here, because we all believe here that Ethereum is kind of in the middle or in the beginning of its next major move up in the market to maybe $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, wherever you think it's going to go. I think most people believe ETH is on its way up, okay? And for that reason, the absolute best bet on the Ethereum ecosystem is to invest in base projects, because Ethereum is not going to grow without base, in my opinion. Okay, base is literally the way that Ethereum is gonna grow from now on. Because at the end of the day, the fees and the time it takes to swap coins on Ethereum, it's just too long. Base is way more efficient, and that is going to be the system moving forward for Ethereum to reach mass adoption. I believe it's going to be through the layer 2s, and the main layer 2 will be base. Now, we've determined that, okay? We've determined that Ethereum is going to keep going up and base is the best bet on Ethereum. Well, base doesn't have a token. What's the best way to gain exposure to base when it doesn't have a token? It's by buying the DeFi hub, the DEX for base, and that is none other than Aerodrome Finance. It's already a $700 million market cap now, but we were stacking it, way down here in the 300 million range, and it's already absolutely skyrocketing. But what I'm going to say is, yes, the train has left the station, but it's still relatively early. Okay, it's not even at $1 yet, and its all-time high is $2.33. So it's still like over a 2x, way over a 2x, just to hit its all-time high. So you're still buying a coin down over 2x from its all-time high, right? Which is always a good deal. So I'm not necessarily saying you should go and buy this now, but it's definitely one to have on your radar. And if we do get a pullback, I would be stacking it. But you should have been stacking it already. I mean, how many times on this channel did I mention this red box and show you this chart and arrow and say that we got this nice kind of resistance up here, this double top, and then we've got this nice support? Whenever it hits the red box, you buy. I couldn't have been more clear. And if you literally just followed those words, you would have been picking up Aerodrome at 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, and you'd be in a really good position right now. And yeah, if we kind of zoom into the short-term chart here, you can see it's actually blasting past its resistance. It had some resistance here with this kind of double top that was forming, but it's just blasted right past the resistance, and now it's heading for $1. So I would not be betting against base, and I would not be betting against arrow. Another reason I bought virtual so cheap was because it's on base. Okay, base is the future of crypto. It's the future of AI agents, and I would be betting on DeFi projects on base. And a little clue here: the VIP gem, which I just posted another buy alert for today, and I think I posted a buy alert for it yesterday. That VIP gem is also a base project, but it's it's a smaller market cap than what Aerodrome is. But that is also a base project, which I think can do crazy, crazy things. So definitely sign up to get that alert. But man, I would not be betting against the base ecosystem right now. If we go over to DeFi Llama and we look at some of the stats, you can see exactly, how much base is dominating in terms of the chain usage, right? If you look at active addresses, base is number 2. So out of all the different chains, base has the second highest amount of active addresses, meaning people are using these addresses on like a day-to-day or a weekly basis. And if you look at DeFi TVL, which is another metric, okay, it's top 6. If you look at stables, it's top 5. If you look at the last 24 hours DEX volume, it's right up there alongside almost Ethereum. It almost has this, well, not almost, but Ethereum's just higher in terms of the last 24 hours DEX volume. So, it's an absolute no-brainer for me to not be ignoring base here. I say it all the time. If base had its own token, this thing would be right up there alongside BNB, Solana, and Tron. It would have like a 50 billion market cap probably if this thing had its own token. But it doesn't have its own token. So what's the best way to speculate on base? It's to buy freaking Aerodrome. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but we're crushing it. So the thesis has been proven right. That monthly chart looks beautiful. That weekly chart looks even nicer. And man, this project's going to keep going. The train has officially left the station. So congrats. Congrats to all the VIPs who have been stacking Arrow at way cheaper prices than what it is right now. Got any base memes you like? I'm not a fan of a lot of them, but if I was going to go for one, it would be Brett. Brett would be the one meme on base I would back. Also, yeah, there's one other one which moved to base, which is NPC. This one's printing. This is one of my meme coins which I hold in the VIP. In my portfolio, you can see it. NPC. This is a solid meme on base. And yeah, the reason I'm bullish on it is because it's like a cultural meme. It's not just another one of those animals that we've got so many of. It's a real cultural meme which people find funny and relatable. And I like those types of memes, right? I like the memes like GigaChad, NPC, SPX 6900, Fartcoin. I like those types of memes more than I like animal memes personally. I think animal memes are maybe just a little bit too basic, whereas these types of memes are a lot more cultish, right? You can't have a massive cult around just a stupid animal, but you can have a cult around something that's actually funny and relatable. Yeah, you can see all my buys and sells in the VIP exactly in real time. And man, I mean, that's just one of the perks, right? We were in a voice chat earlier talking about the markets, talking about Aerodrome and what I would buy now if you missed the boat on Arrow. But luckily, most of the VIPs, they didn't miss the boat. So if you go and look here, 93% of the VIP members followed my Arrow buy alert. Which I'm very happy to hear because sometimes, for some reason, some of the members, they don't follow the alerts. They just see it and then don't follow it, right? Whereas with this one, people did follow it and they're stacking, right? They're making a ton of money. They were stacking down there and now they're printing. So very, very happy about that. But in terms of other projects on base that could do well, obviously we've got the VIP one. But I think there's some decent meme coins on base, like obviously Brett, you know, Toshi's on base. Toshi's decent. You've got NPC. This one for me is very undervalued in terms of a meme. I think this one deserves to be a lot higher than what it is. It has decent listings as well. So yeah, there's a few decent meme coins out there on base which you can use to get some exposure to the base ecosystem. But yeah, in terms of actual like utility plays, you've got Aerodrome as a DEX, you've got the VIP gem as another one, and then you've also got virtuals for AI. And what's super interesting, if you go through all of these AI coins, right, particularly the agents, the AI agents, I would say 80% of those AI agents are base projects, right? I was just going through a few of them. I mean, cookies, this one isn't. Oh, this one is on base as well. You can see cookies on base. AIXBT on base. Right. Virtuals on base. Yep. AI16Z. That one's on Solana, so that's one of the exceptions. Freya is on base, or Freysa, whatever the hell it's called, on base. The vast majority, or a lot of these AI agents are on base. And they're on base for a reason, because Ethereum is not going anywhere. And base is a way to scale Ethereum. So that's my bet. That's my thought process right now. We'll say hit $1 before July. I don't think it'll hit $1 before July, but it has a chance of hitting $1 in July. In July. Maybe not before July, but in July, there's a good chance. I think Say will do very well. Say is an absolute sleeper right now. It's just lagging behind, but it's ready to have a massive run up at some point. It's just lagging behind. This thing's ready. Pumping above 18 cents. I think Say's ready. And if you want a good beta play to Say, like if you want to, like if you're bullish on Say and you want a meme coin on Say, this would be the meme I would freaking get on Say. It's called Sayan. There's not that many meme coins on Say, but this is one of them, which has a Mexi listing, a Bitmart listing, and a CoinEx listing. So it's already got a few listings, and it's on Say. This is a $2 million market cap. 2 million. What market cap could Say get to this bull run? Maybe 10 billion? And Sayan is a 2 million market cap. So just do some maths, right? This is the best meme coin on Say. If Say goes to 10 billion in market cap, what is the top meme coin going to be? even if it only goes to 100 million, that is still a 50x on your money from where we are right now. Okay, it's high risk, high reward. Don't put in a lot of money, but if you're bullish on Say, I think it's worthwhile just putting $10 or so into the best meme coin on Say, because memes always run as beta plays. But yeah, Say's looking ready to pump. Arrow is printing, absolutely. Very happy with Arrow. We were stacking that thing in the 30s, the 40s, the 50s. So it's good to see the price action go bullish, because we've always believed in the project, right? And that's why sometimes you shouldn't be flipping your plays around too much, right? Because if the project is strong like Aerodrome is, just hold it. Just hold strong, believe in the project. There's no need to sell. Now, I wasn't buying Arrow up here, okay? I didn't get it then. I first started buying Aerodrome around here. That's where I first started buying it, not up here. But even if you bought Aerodrome up here, right? You bought the top, you lost loads of money. Why would you sell it if the project is still a project you believe in? There's no point in selling it down here at the bottom for someone like me to buy. Just hold on to it, keep lowering your average, keep DCAing, and then before you know it, you're back into profits. That's how quick this market can move. And I would say the same thing about Say. There's a ton of people, they were buying Say in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and yes, they're in a loss right now. I'm actually in a slight loss on Say right now still. I'm not quite at break even on Say yet. I will be quite soon, but I'm not at break even yet on Say. Why would I sell it? Why would I panic? Why would I worry? I believe in the project. I know it's good. I know it's well backed. It's backed by some of the biggest names in the market. Okay, it's even in the portfolio of Trump at World Liberty Financial. That it's a lightning fast chain, lightning fast EVM chain. Why would I fade it, right? Why would I worry about the price action? No, I just buy more. That is my plan. That's what I do. So I'm just stacking more Say right now. What's your price prediction for Bitcoin dominance top? My Bitcoin dominance low? Oh, how low do I think Bitcoin dominance will go to? I think 50 to 55% is where Bitcoin dominance will drop to. I don't see it dropping to the levels of 2021 ever again. But I think it can definitely drop to somewhere in this range here. Let me do a highlighter. I think it can drop somewhere in this range. So somewhere between 55 to 50%, I expect Bitcoin dominance to drop to. I know it seems like a lot, but we dropped with Bitcoin dominance back in November. We dropped over 11% in like a couple weeks, in a few weeks. How many weeks is that? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so in 3 weeks, Bitcoin dominance dropped 11+%. In 3 weeks, Bitcoin dominance went from 61.5 down to 54 in 3 weeks. Did not take long. If Bitcoin dominance starts dropping now and it finishes, let's say, in the middle of July, end of July, you don't think it could come down to this range here, 55, 50% for the final pump of the bull run? Because I do. I think it's very possible it could come down that low. 55 to 50%. Anyone saying that it's going to drop down to like freaking 30%, those guys are just, you know, brainwashed. You know, but any reasonable predictions lie, in my opinion, somewhere between 50 to 55%. Like maybe 45% is possible if we have a really good bull run, but I just think that's a very unlikely scenario because of the macro. The most likely scenario is that Bitcoin dominance finds its bottom somewhere between 50 to 55%. That's the target that I'm watching out for. But look, if it doesn't drop as low as I expect, I will still be taking profits because the market doesn't care about what I expect. The market will do what the market does. And this is why people need to learn to detach their personal thoughts, personal emotions away from what the market does. I will react in tune with the market. Got no preset, presuppositions. I don't have any presuppositions. I just see what the market does and I react based on the market. I do not have these preconceived notions way in advance and expect that to be the case. Sold Arrow today at a 2x. Bad move. I mean, look, man, it's up to you, right? But I think Arrow's still got a ton more potential. I wouldn't be selling it at a 2x, but maybe flip some of your profits into something else. You could do that, but I don't see why selling Arrow would be the smart move. Unless you think the whole market's topped. Unless you think Ethereum has topped out here, why would you sell Arrow? Right? At least I don't get it. So I personally got Ethereum going somewhere between 3 to 4K before it sees another significant potential drop. I don't think Ethereum's finished pumping. I think it's still in the middle of its next wave up. So it's kind of like selling a project halfway through its pump. I wouldn't do that. You say you still have a long-term bag. That's fine then. I was under the impression you sold it all. But no one ever lost money taking profits, right? So I don't blame anyone who takes a bit of profits along the way. It's always a smart thing to do. Yeah, NPC is a great meme. Honestly, the memes I used to talk about, I'm still bullish on them, to be honest. Like Ponky's still a good one. Anywhere around 13 cents is a great buy on Ponky. NPC is a great one. 0.014. I think Brett as well has a lot of potential. You guys know I'm bullish on base. I like the chart for Brett. Let's pull up the Brett chart and take a look at what's going on. Because I'm bullish. Let's see. Yeah, so Brett's like trying to get out of the golden pocket here. Brett's a solid buy today, I think. 0.04. 400 million market cap. Let's see what Pepe's at. So Pepe's at a 4.7 billion market cap. Pepe's exactly 10 times the size of Brett. Exactly 10 times. So if Pepe goes to, let's just say 30 billion, Brett could go to 3 billion, which is just under a 10x. If Pepe goes to 60 billion, then Brett could go to 6 billion, which would be over a 10x. So I think there's a good amount of potential here on Brett. This thing's already hit 2 billion in market cap. I don't see why it can't get to 6 to 10 billion this bull run, to be quite honest with you. But obviously, I'd be taking profits way before then anyway. Because you can never time the exact top. It's always wise to take some profits on the way up. But yeah, this is my list right now. My top coins. You've got my updated X potential here. I did this on one of the last streams, so you can see exactly the kinds of X's I'm expecting on my top coins. And you can see Aerodrome has had 3 stars next to it for a very, very long period of time. This has always been one of my prioritized buys in the last few months. So if you've tuned into any of the live streams the past few months, I've been going on about Aerodrome every single stream. And now it's finally getting the attention it deserves because it had some massive bullish news come out, right? basically, if you don't know, Aerodrome is now implemented into Coinbase. So you can now use the Aerodrome DEX within Coinbase, or they're doing it. I don't know if they've done it right now, but they've announced that they're going to be doing it. Aerodrome will soon be coming to millions of Coinbase users. So the Aerodrome DEX is going to be basically integrated directly into the main Coinbase app, enabling Coinbase users to access and trade millions of on-chain assets. Let's just see if we've got a little picture here. So you're going to basically be able to use the Aerodrome DEX within Coinbase. That is absolutely bullish because of the amount of users that Coinbase has. I mean, man, how many users does Coinbase have? Let's ask Grok. How many people use Coinbase? So there's 105 million users on Coinbase. Wow. And that's only going to go up. So there's 105 million verified users on Coinbase. And basically 9 million people use Coinbase every month. So that's how many more people now have access to Aerodrome. 105 million. That's insanely bullish for the project. Thoughts on ALB? Is that Alliance block? No. Alien Base? You're going to have to tell me the name of the project, man, not just the ticker, because there's going to be a ton of projects with that ticker. Did Hype top out? Let's take a look at the Hyperliquid chart. Man, Hype's going to do very well this bull run. I just, I'm betting on Sui personally. I haven't got a bag of Hype. But it's showing no signs of topping out to me. If we look at the fibs, the next major fib level is going to be at $51. I don't think it stops until then, to be honest. Maybe it can even get higher than that. But the next stop on the fibs would be $51. I'm curious to see how well the fibs played up on Sui in the past. If you put the fibs on Sui from here to here, did it predict the top? I mean, yeah, it almost to the T predicted the top. It was pretty close. And that's what guided me selling. I sold some of my Sui up here, right? Why did I sell? Because of the fibs. Because we hit the 2.618 and we actually went slightly above that. I sold because of that. I sold like 10, 20% of my Sui. And then I bought back in when it was lower. So I'm not recommending everyone tries to time the market like that, but sometimes you can do it very effectively. But yeah, you can see that yeah, it wasn't exact, but it gives you a good indication of when to sell. So if that was the case for Hyperliquid, that would be the 2.618 would be the next level to consider as being like a local top or a cycle top. So that would indicate that $77 would be the next major target for Hyperliquid. Could be. I mean, it could just go to $51, but 77 also seems very feasible. I listened to you and I put 3K in Arrow. I bought at 55 cents. Congrats, man. Congrats. Great stuff. Guys, let me know. Did you buy Aerodrome? Yes or no in the chat. I want to see. Did you buy Aerodrome? Yes or no? Yes or no question. I hope people did. People are asking me, what are my targets for Arrow? What are my targets? So my price prediction for Arrow would probably be somewhere around $3 to $5, okay? $3 to $5. The fibs are suggesting $3.65 or $5.75. I would like to be fully out of Arrow in this price region here, personally. But that's just me. That's based on my entry. That's based on my beliefs with the charts and where Bitcoin's going and Ethereum. You know, people think that's bearish. Maybe Arrow only does a 5 or 7x from here. Maybe it only does a 4x from here, right? People would say that's pretty bearish, but I would say it's realistic. I'm a realist. I'm not bearish. I'm not bullish. I'm just trying to be as realistic as possible. And I think most of the time, these types of charts, these types of coins, they go to the 2.618 fib. Usually, they go to the 2.618 fib. If Arrow was to go to the 2.618 fib, it's going to go to $5.75. That's just over a 6x on your money from here. So I think it's reasonable that it could, 6x in value from here. That's from here. If you were buying it when I was buying it down at 39, down at 40, then it's going to be more like a 12x rather than a 6x, right? Because we were buying at half the price, or lower than half the price we were buying. But yeah, you're right, man. It hasn't even reached half its all-time high. It's still early days. Still very much early days, absolutely. Eric Wallen says, yes, yes, yes. Yes, thanks, Archie. Yes, 53 cents. Nice buy, man. Congrats. Yes. Arrow hasn't even reached half. Yeah, I already read that. Yeah, Say is stupidly undervalued. I agree with that. Man, Say is so cheap. For the project it is and the backing it's had, this thing looks ready to freaking pump at some point crazy. I have a feeling that Say is going to be one of those plays where it just goes sideways and sideways and sideways, and then eventually there's like 3 weeks where it just goes and does a 10x in like a 3-week period, something stupid like that. Maybe it has like an XRP type of pump, right? Where it just skyrockets. It's possible. Certainly possible that that's the type of move that it does. Yeah, another chart which looks amazing is that VIP gem. That one looks amazing as well. That one looks great. When to sell Ethereum? Well, depends how bullish you are and, for the market in general. Depends how bullish you are in general, but honestly, I think Ethereum should get past this this 4K hurdle this time. Hopefully it does. But if it doesn't, it's going to be very disappointing. It's going to be very, very disappointing if it doesn't. But yeah, I think Ethereum can hit like just under 6K. I think it'll hit around 6K. That's my view. I mean, 4 to 6K, somewhere in that region, I think will be a top, but I'm going to say 5,800. Somewhere around that region is going to be the top for Ethereum. Most likely. It just seems like that would be a really reasonable top, considering that there's probably not that much longer left of the Bitcoin bull run. And if there's not a great deal left of the Bitcoin bull run, then that means there's probably not a great deal left of the altcoin bull run. But the point is, altcoins will drastically outperform Bitcoin. So if there's only another month or two left of the bull run, maybe Bitcoin only pumps like 20% in that period of time. But Ethereum in that period of time pulls a 2x. The same time it takes Bitcoin to pump 20%, it takes Ethereum to do a 2x. Why is that? Because of Bitcoin dominance dropping. So we were at a point just a few weeks ago where you were looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin was up 2%. Ethereum was up 10%. Ethereum was outperforming Bitcoin by a factor of like 5. And I think we can get back to that point. We just need a bit of macro certainty. We just need geopolitical tensions to calm down a little bit. And then we can continue pumping. I mean, look at the Russia-Ukraine war now, right? That's still going on. That's been going on for how many years now? 4 years, is it? That doesn't affect markets anymore. You know, when somewhere gets bombed or something happens, it doesn't affect markets anymore. The Russia-Ukraine situation. It did initially because of the initial shock factor, the initial scare. Oh, we might have nukes, right? Because everyone always jumps to the nuke word. Everyone thinks, oh, it's gonna be nuclear war. But this conflict could very well continue, but it just stays how it is. And that will not impact markets long term. These types of geopolitical tense events, these events with tension that happen, you know, to isolated areas, whether it's Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine, Israel, Iran, whatever it is, they have an initial shock factor, and then the market learns to move on and mature with it. Even if the conflict continues for many years after, markets still move on. Because the fundamentals of the core US economy remain the same, despite this conflict going on somewhere else. You need to put the price in the table from where you think the alts will multiply from. This is just from today. From today. I update this like every couple of weeks. I updated it in like the last stream or one of the last streams. I updated it. Thoughts on home? Let me see. This one, DeFi app. Wow, it's on Binance and Coinbase. It's on Binance and Coinbase. That's pretty good. Let's take a look at some of the details for this one. So, early backers, 10%. Core contributors, 20%. Allocation looks fairly normal for a coin like this. 45% to the community. That's not too bad, to be honest, compared to most coins. That's pretty decent. I'm impressed by the Coinbase and the Binance listing. That's pretty unusual for a coin of this market cap. It's a DeFi coin. Crypto's everything app. Swap, earn, leverage, lend, DeFi app. Does it all. It looks decent, man. I have to look into like the backers a bit more. Let's take a look at the private sale. They raised 6 million only. 6 million's okay, but it's not an impressive amount to raise. They only raised $6 million. 2 million from the public, 4 million from funding rounds. So that's not too impressive. team, we've got one guy here. Let's take a look at his profile. DeFi app. Okay. I mean, it looks decent, man. It looks all right. I think the most important thing at this stage is how the chart looks. So if the chart doesn't look great, I would just ignore it, because we're at this stage in the cycle now where you've got to be picking the charts that look good. You've got to be picking the winners. What the hell is that? Why does it look like that? Is this a new coin? How long has this been out for? Oh, since the 10th of June. I thought this one was old for some reason. I didn't realize it was this new. So, yeah, there's not much to go off with the chart because of how new it is. There's really not a great deal to go off. But I'll have to dig into it more, man. On the surface, it looks all right. You know, there's a few things that kind of tick my boxes. I like the listings. I like the fact, you know, the team members doxed. The DeFi app, there's probably a lot of competition here, so I'll have to look into what makes this one unique. Thoughts on creator bid? Thanks for the donation. Creator bid. 33% up today. Also a new coin, or relatively new. It's on Arrow. No impressive exchange listings on this one, man. I would say, why has this coin been out now for, 6 months, and there's still no good listings? Still no impressive exchange listings, despite it being out now for 6 months. The website just crashed for me. I can take a look at the chart, see if the chart looks any good. Bid. Go on the daily. I mean, man, what happened? Why does it look like that? Has it just gone down since it launched? Man, this looks weird. What is this massive red candle? What's going on with that red candle? Just absolutely exploded to the downside. They raised only 2 million as well. I don't know, man. I'm not the most bullish on this one. It looks a bit weird chart-wise. But it's an AI agent project, so I guess it should do well. FDV is pretty high. 21% circulating supply. What's it going to be by the end of the year? Okay, not too bad. Not too bad vesting. Yeah, I'd pass on this, but it doesn't look terrible. It looks all right. Yeah, it looks a bit strange. Yeah, smash the likes on the stream. Do appreciate that. The more likes we get on the stream, the more likely I am to do another stream tomorrow. Honestly, if we don't get many likes, I might just take the day off tomorrow. Yeah, that's pretty good. Coinbase and Binance listing a week from launch. That is good. That shows the team are well connected. You know, it's funny because like Casper's been trying to get a Coinbase and a Binance listing for years now. And this coin has just come around, and in the first week, no one even knows about it. In the first week, it's already on Coinbase and Binance. It just shows how easy it is to get on Coinbase and Binance if you've got connections and money. It just shows how easy it is. Moon River, is that? MOVR? Yeah, I'm not too bullish, man, on Moon River. I'm not too bullish on Polkadot. and I'm not too bullish on the beta plays on it, the ecosystem plays. So I can't really give a price prediction on something that only goes down and something that I'm not bullish on. So I don't think it'll do well. Do you think red summer, green December? No, I think the opposite. I think green summer, red end of the year. But thanks for the donation. I think we have a green summer and then a red back end of the year as the macroeconomic data weakens. The labor market's already showing signs of weakening, and it's probably going to continue to weaken into the back end of the year, and then the Fed cut. And by the time the Fed cut, it's already too late. So I think we pump into the summer, and then the back end of the year, there's a lot of potential turmoil. Maybe an unemployment crisis, maybe inflation coming back based on an interest rate cut. We'll have to wait and see what the problem is, but I think we're probably going to have some weaknesses come out towards the end of the year. Potentially a recession from the tariffs. I mean, we'll have to see, but I still think we're kind of in that illusion phase, that Fugazi stage where we can keep on pumping despite the data being not too great, looking forward. When we give guidance, it's not looking too great. Your analysis and thoughts on total 3 and others, excluding top 10, will they make a higher high? Good question, man. Total 3, I think more or less is guaranteed to create a higher high. For total 3 to make a higher high, it only needs to pump 37%. I think it's almost guaranteed that total 3 does that. But for others, it's a bit of a different story. The others chart, which is all the coins outside of the top 10 in market cap, this thing's been lagging behind for a very, very long time. The others chart. Okay, total 3 is all the coins outside the top 2. Others is all the coins outside the top 10. Others does not look great. But I think it will have a big run. It will have a big run, but I don't know if it will be enough for it to put in a significant higher high. Probably what happens with others is it just kind of gets to the 2021 high and maybe does a double top there. But even if it does that, even if it simply does a double top from the 2021 level, that's literally a 2x from where we are right now. So the baseline is a 2x. We're in way better plays than the overall market. So we will drastically outperform that. That's what people need to bear in mind. Yes, maybe it's only a 2x on the others chart, but we're holding coins way better than average. So I did this kind of sample calculation here. And I said that if the others gets to the 1.618, that would be around a 2.4x from where we are right now. But because we're not just holding these normie coins, these crap coins, like the majority of coins, let's be real, most coins are not good. We're holding actual good coins that we've researched and we know are good quality plays. So we should outperform the baseline. Now, I said we should outperform it maybe by a 3x, which would mean the baseline for us is actually a 7.2x from here. That's the baseline. Some will do more than that, some will do less. But that's my view. DP, thanks for the €1. Is Dorky a good buy right now? Dorky Lord? Listings are appalling, bro. This thing's been out for almost a year and it's got no listings. People behind this need to get their freaking act together because this is shambles. This is the shambles. This is shameful. If I was behind a meme coin and I only had these listings, I would be ashamed of myself. I couldn't look myself in the mirror. I would be that ashamed of myself if I had those listings. So it might pump, but this isn't going to be a meme coin that gets to the top, my friend, because the listings are just not there. They need to pull their finger out and get some marketing. Just joined the stream. Did I say anything about Casper? I'm still bullish on Casper, but I've reduced my allocation over the past year. I've been reducing it. And I've been buying more Sui and Aerodrome and coins like that have been performing a lot better. But I'm still bullish on Casper. It will have its time at some point. The fundamentals for it speak for themselves. It's just not got the best looking chart. Yeah, XRP is looking strong today. I think the best kind of beta play to XRP would be H-bar. It ties into that ISO narrative, but it's a different chain and it's a lot smaller in market cap. Pika, Mavia, I think they'll both do fine, but don't allocate more than 1% of your portfolio in those. They're both risky. But I still hold both of those as very, very small allocations, but they are both very, very risky. Yeah, man, Arrow is looking absolutely amazing. So happy with Aerodrome. We couldn't have been better with this. Aerodrome and Virtuals, me and the VIPs, we got in at the best possible time, man. Like, it's crazy. I bought Aerodrome at 39 cents, as low as 39. I bought Casper as low as 3 cents, and I bought Virtuals at 54 cents. Virtuals, man, was a one-time buy at 54. And look at it now. It's absolutely sending it, man. That's where I bought Virtuals. That yellow circle is when I bought. Thoughts on Dorky, please. Bro, I already reviewed your Dorky. I already reviewed it. I don't like it. I'd said the listings are terrible. Whoever's behind it should be ashamed of themselves for not getting listings. The listings are terrible. So they need to have a good look in the mirror and get some listings because it's embarrassing. I would be embarrassed if I had a coin and the only listing it had was freaking Bitmart or whatever it is. I would be embarrassed of my coin. I wouldn't even want to mention it. So those are my thoughts on Dorky. They need to get some listings. It's been around for a year and they've got none. So it's stupid. Thoughts on Turbo? It's okay. I think there's better players than Turbo, but it's okay. How do you feel about Pepe? I'm bullish on Pepe. I just think instead of buying Pepe for like a potential 5x, just buy Brett, and you're more likely to make a 10x if you buy Brett. Because I don't think Pepe is going to do much more than a 5x, to be honest. It might do a 6 or a 7x, but I don't think it'll do much more than a 5. Like, it might do slightly more than a 5, but I don't see it doing a lot more. Yeah, man. Beam. Beam does look like a buy. I've got to be honest, man. Beam did look solid. We were reviewing Beam, actually, in the VIP this morning. It's on support. Beam doesn't look like a bad buy. I've got to say it, man. Looks decent. I like that buy. Do I think alt season is far away? I don't. I don't think it's far away. I think, honestly, all we need is sentiment to improve a bit of certainty, and we'll explode. The difference is, I don't think we're having a stupid altcoin season like a lot of people are saying. I think it's going to be more of a tamed altcoin season. I don't think it's going to be an altcoin season where everyone makes 100x, right? I don't think that's the alt season we have. I think it's more of a tamed alt season. And the reason I believe that is because of macro. It's because of the macro, and it's because of the fact that crypto has changed now. Crypto is a whole different ball game now. You got institutions involved. Crypto is turning more like the stock market. And stocks are less volatile. So crypto will become less volatile over time. And that's good in terms of the dumps, but it's bad in terms of the pumps because it means you're not going to 10, 20, 30, 40x. Maybe you're only going to 5 to 10x, right? For most people. But if you want to have a good chance of outperforming that, if you want to have a good chance of outperforming the baseline and outperforming the rest of the market, then I strongly recommend getting in the VIP group because we drastically outperform the market every single day. I mean, how many people were buying Aerodrome right at the bottom? How many people were buying Virtuals right at the bottom? It's like we timed the bottoms perfectly. It's like we could not be better sometimes at buying. And I'm not trying to sound cocky. Like, it is a fact I couldn't have really bought Virtuals at a better price. Like, maybe a tiny bit lower, right? But based on the weekly, I bought it at the bottom. And now look at it. Skyrocketing. That circle is where I bought. Look at Sui. We bought Sui basically at the bottom. 76 cents. That thing flew all the way up to $5 or whatever it was. So left, right, and center, we're buying the clear winners, man. And we're buying them cheap. And if you want to see what I'm buying right now, I strongly recommend getting on the VIP. And you will unlock that VIP buy alert, which I bought some more of today. And I bought some more of it yesterday. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. That is the next coin to pump, in my opinion, after Aerodrome. Everyone in the VIP, they're asking, should I buy more Aerodrome? I say no. This is the one to buy, the VIP gem. So if you want to see that and you want to join a community that never sleeps, and I mean that, like this is literally the most active group out there. People are talking 24/7 about the markets. Voice chats every single day, sometimes up to 8 hours of the day we're in a voice chat. You don't want to miss this stuff, guys. The alpha is completely and utterly unmatched. So smash the likes on the stream if you enjoyed. The more likes, the more I stream. So please do that. It really does help out, and I do appreciate it. And yeah, guys, I will look forward to seeing you in my next live stream. So let's get those likes up. 49 likes. Let's try and get it up to 200. There's 200 people watching. That would be great. Market's looking good. Time to go and get in the VIP and talk to some of the members. So see you guys over there. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.